Today is September 22nd. My second time streaming today, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to be talking about P. Diddy by popular demand. So I'm going to give it a second, let everyone get up there.
The NFL season is here. Get NFL Sunday Ticket.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yeah, I speak English. I appreciate that. And I pray that he does too. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. We're about to get started here in just a minute. We're going to be talking about P. Diddy today. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name, though. But thanks for joining. Just going to wait for a few more people to get in here. We'll get started. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Back by popular demand. You guys, as y'all come in the chat, please introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself. We talking about P. Diddy today. Yes, indeed. We're going to wait a few more minutes till some people get in here. Am I in America? Yes, I am. Miss Kelly Quinn, yes, ma'am, a double header. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people were talking about that earlier. You know what I'm saying, Miss Kelly? So I decided that we'll just go ahead, you know what I'm saying, talk about P. Diddy. I want to do it on the weekend, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want to wait too long to do it. Hello, Rakeef. How are you doing? Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Dennis, how are you doing, sir? Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. Demir, how's it going? How's it going? As you guys come in, please introduce yourselves. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. About to get cranked up in a minute here. Talking about P. Diddy today. I finally get to talk about legal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Finally get a chance to talk about legal stuff, man. All we've been talking about is politics. I'm doing fine, sir. Thanks for asking, Rakeef. Fincompta, how are you doing? How are you doing? We're about to get started, guys, about a minute. Miss Kelly, I don't expect it to be a whole lot of people in here, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're about to see, though. Hello, everybody. Y'all please introduce yourselves as y'all come in. Welcome to the Legal Wars podcast. I am your host, Gregory Dixon. Well, I feel kind of special today because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about legal stuff finally instead of politics. You know what I'm saying? Meme God, how are you doing? You guys, as y'all come in, please introduce yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and get started, okay? So, as many of us know, we know Puff Daddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. So his case is in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York. Music Sean Diddy Combs, 54 years old, known best for starring Bad Boy Records, producing artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, Mary J. Blige, Usher, and many, many more, was arrested at a hotel in New York City and has been charged with racketeering. Listen to the charges now. Okay, I'm a legal person. I'm finna break this down. Listen to the charges. Regardless of what you guys say, I know people are going to be coming in here. They're going to argue with me. I welcome you in here. Listen to the charges, okay? He was charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, listen, most normal people, you just hear the charges. You say, oh, he got caught by Homeland Security. You know what I'm saying? And the U.S., the Southern District of New York is known to, you know what I'm saying, by the federal government. So you just saying he automatically guilty. Let's go deeper, okay? We're going to look at what these charges are. So the racketeering, okay? We're going to start with the racketeering. Like, for those of you guys who don't know, racketeering is a law that they use. It's like engaging in organized criminal activity. Okay? That's the law that they used for the mafia, to bring the mafia down. Organized criminal activity. Remember that. So the Racketeering Influence and Corruption Act is called the RICO, is a federal law targeting organized criminal activity and racketeering. The code is 18 U.S. Code, subsection 1961, and it's the racketeering law. And it reads, racketeering activity means any act or threat involving murder, kidnapping, gambling, arson, robbery, extortion, dealing in an obscene manner, or dealing in a controlled substance listed as a chemical, and it goes on and on and on, okay? Talks about robbery, sports robbery, counterfeiting, embezzlement, mail fraud, labor contracting, gambling, murder for hire, on and on and on. So I'm looking in the law. You know, we know what Diddy was doing, man. Diddy was, you know, having orgies and freak offs. He called them sex parties. I'm looking for where that is. I don't see that in there, okay? So let's keep going, right? Reading the law. We're going to read what the law says. What's the definition of racketeering? You charge the man with racketeering. What's the definition of racketeering? Okay, so Diddy was charged with racketeering due to allegations made by a music producer who alleged Diddy was engaging in sexual assault, sex trafficking, and running an inner circle, meaning a group or organization that he had that was involved in these activities. Now, y'all remember when I told y'all what was racketeering? When the law was wrote, what was it originally wrote for? It was originally wrote to catch mobsters. Okay, that's what racketeering was originally wrote for. Go do your research. It's originally wrote to catch mobsters. Okay, so Diddy was charged with racketeering, though. Okay, engaging in sexual assault. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you could get racketeering just because you sexually assaulted people. People sexually assault women all the time. They don't get racketeering charges. You see what I'm saying? Sex trafficking. That's the word. Y'all remember that. And running the inner circle. That means he has a group or organization that's what they're doing. Because listen, tell me if I'm wrong, guys. What's up, bless up, Kev? How y'all doing? You guys keep on, y'all get in the comments. Tell me if I'm wrong. When you think of sex trafficking, right? Don't you think of some bad man who has a woman held hostage and he's selling her for sex? Let's keep on going. Okay, so Combs' defense attorney rejected the government's allegations that his client committed sex trafficking, but conceded the music mogul has been unfaithful for dark periods over the decade. So basically what his lawyer is saying, hey man, Diddy ain't the best guy in the world, but like Diddy ain't, it was sex trafficking. He ain't trafficking no women. So his lawyer goes on to say that the evidence that the government has, not sex trafficking, you know what I'm saying? And that, you know, he's just not guilty. He will argue for his client to get bail. He said they had 10-year loving relationship between him and Cassie. Okay, now here's my 2 cents. The transportation to engage in prostitution, don't we know he's guilty on that? You feel me? He said he was having freak offs. So that part of the law, is he guilty on, you know what I'm saying, transportation to engage in prostitution? We got to break down the charges. Let's break the charges down, bro. I'm a legal person. I feel at home doing this. Let's talk about this, okay? So now, he was having freak offs. We know he was having freak offs. That's for a fact. If I was his attorney, I would make the government have solid proof. And my defense would be that, hey, we met these girls within the cities we traveled to. I wasn't transporting. I was transporting these girls. Bro, we go to New York, we go to Miami. It's girls in Miami, it's girls in New York. The only people transporting with me is my staff, the people that work for me. I own such and such businesses. You see what I'm saying? That's my defense to that would be, okay? Another thing he could say is that if he did have girls come to him, like they flew to him, he wasn't transporting no women. Transporting women, you know what I'm saying? They will have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, but I'm not aware of the evidence that the government has. So here's my take. The entire situation hinges on sex trafficking or human trafficking. If he beats that, in my opinion, he has an inside straight to win the case. Federal law criminalizes human trafficking, but typically involves the threat or use of force, fraud, coercion to obtain commercial sex acts, labor, or other services. That's 22 USC subsection 7102. The Trafficking Victims Act of 2000, the TVPA, as amended, added new criminal provisions and strengthened penalties for already existing law. So did Diddy use force, fraud, or coercion to make those women do what they did? That's the question. So guys, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know I'm about to get down in the comments. I'm going to get everybody's opinion. We're just going to talk about P. Diddy for about an hour or two. But the question is, okay, did Diddy use force, fraud, or coercion to make those women do what they did? I'm saying, were they just paid sex workers? Were they just having fun? He was just having freak offs. He was having orgies. But I'm saying, did he use force? Was he forcing them to do it? Did he use fraud or coercion? You know what I'm saying? Was he strong on it? Add that to a racketeering charges and comparing personal orgies to actually beating and drugging of women to force them into prostitution. I personally think, in my opinion, man, it's going to be hard for the government to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that P. Diddy wasn't just having orgies, man. He just wasn't having orgies. You know what I'm saying? We know he all the way dirty. That's why I said compare him to OJ Simpson. We know he all the way dirty. I'm just saying the charges that they brought against him, racketeering. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's my take. So I'm down in the comments, man. I'm seeing what you guys talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to probably be able to read like most of the comments because we don't have that many people in here. Bless up, Kev. Hey, what's up? Man, I decided to come on here, man, talk about something that I usually don't talk about. We definitely won't get the traffic that we usually get. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's a double header. Might as well spin it. Somebody say they want to talk about Diddy. I decided to do it. Kush boy, what's up, my dog, boy? You woke. Hey, Kush boy, who you had on them football games, my boy? You feel what I'm saying? Your team won. My team, we got beat today, bro. You know what I'm saying? Saints lost to the Eagles. So CKS6 South 6 says, racketeering usually involves a crime where one or more are engaged in criminal organization. Yes, sir, I just read that. Most definitely, 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? So I guess what he's saying, CX, what the government's saying is like he's got these little sidekick girls that's supposed to work for his business, but really what they doing is they going out and they ordering females to help him, you know what I'm saying, do his orgies or sex acts. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying though, when we think of racketeering, like we think of racketeering, the RICO, we're thinking of like some murder or some crime, or even it could be sex trafficking. But to me, like I don't do civil law. I only did, I don't do criminal law. I only did civil law. But just reading that law and what the law says, in my opinion, like, it sounds like to me more like that was like he was just having personal orgies. So to charge him with a racketeering charge, you guys think he gonna go to jail, or you think he gonna get off? You know what I'm saying? 10 man, my boy, 10 man back. 10 man, we ain't talking about politics. We talking about old P. Diddy. Kush boy 420 says, but everybody at those parties and that was with him was consenting adults. I don't want to hear nothing. Cassie shouldn't even got that money because from what I heard, she signed up for that stuff. Kush boy, you saying exactly what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Listen, this is what the definition of trafficking. Trafficking. This is what trafficking is. Using force, fraud, or coercion. That's what I'm saying, Kush boy. If she was there because she wanted to be there, or she was there because he was paying her, you see what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, to me, man, that really doesn't sound like racketeering. You see what I'm saying? But we don't know. Let me see what you guys are saying. So let's see. Guilty says having freak sessions with the adults ain't no crime, man. Dennis says stay line. But I'm saying, what you saying across the state line, Dennis? I'm saying you saying the prostitution was across state lines? That's what I'm saying, Dennis. You saying the prostitution because he could defend that. But I'm saying, look, Dennis, this is what I'm saying. This is what they charged him with. They charged him with the racketeering. They gave him the RICO. I'm talking about the RICO mainly. I mean, you saying he's engaging in some kind of criminal organization activity like the mafia. The dude is just having freak-offs, man. He's just having sex with women. Like, is it immoral? Yes. Is it dirty? Yes. Is it grimy? Yes. Was he a POS or probably still is? Yes. But I'm saying a RICO? Think about that. They charge Young Thug with a RICO. A RICO for having orgies? You gotta be kidding me, man. For having orgies. The RICO, I'm talking about, and listen, because you charged him with that RICO is the charge that's gonna carry life. That RICO is the charge that mattered. That RICO is the charge that's gonna hold that case together. Because you charged him with that RICO. If you don't get him on that RICO, the sex trafficking and transportation that engage in prostitution, he probably gonna get away with that. You see what I'm saying? He probably gonna get away with that. What you guys think? A RICO? Like a RICO for having orgies, bro. I mean, man, oh man, bro. I think see, look, everybody that said Diddy is guilty. If you look at the situation, it looks like he probably guilty. Southern District of New York, they don't miss. Go research them. Go look them up. They don't miss. You understand what I'm saying? Southern District of New York does not miss. Okay? He in federal court. The feds in general don't miss. Not on criminal charges, bro. What's their conviction rate? Like in the 90s? You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying like a RICO, though. That's what I just don't understand the RICO part. So let me see. Let me see what you guys are saying. So Miss Kelly says, I'm at work. I'll keep an eye on you. Thank you, Kelly. Larry says, what's good, my ninja? Rakif, you hear him, Rakif? Bless up, Kev says, hey, go see you back on live. Yes, sir. Marcus says, free Diddy, arrest Trump. You know what I'm saying? So what you guys saying? So Dennis says, Jamie, you saying there's more than one? Brett says, no, Diddy going to be this generation's Epstein. You really think so? They ain't really never got Epstein. If they got Epstein, bro, Epstein. But I'm saying Diddy was like Epstein. So you saying that Diddy got charges where he's messing with a minor? I don't know. Let's see. Bless up Kev says he agree with Kush. I agree with that too. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Guilty says the discovery. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He says the discovery for this trial should be interesting. Free Diddy. I agree with that. I can't wait to see what the government has. Cosmos says until they check his messages, what's in his messages? You see what I'm saying? Like, look, ain't nobody saying that the man ain't did. Bro, we saw on TV, we saw the man beat Cassie. We saw him beat her. So nobody's saying that, but I'm saying listen, you got to look at the charges. What is his charges? He's charged with the RICO, 18 U.S. Code subsection 1961. What the Racketeering Act means when the charges the government charged him for is the trafficking of the females, engaging in sexual activities, okay? But human trafficking or the sex trafficking, the law that they use to get them, you have to use force, fraud, or coercion. So he forced Cassie to do what she did. He forced her. We ain't saying he didn't beat her. We didn't say he didn't rape her or something like that. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, you talking about a RICO, bruh. You talking about like this man is engaging in organized criminal activity like he John Gotti. P. Diddy, John Gotti, bruh. Y'all, come on, man. You can't be serious. This man having orgies. He's immoral. He's not a cool person. He's yada, 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 whatever you want to say. But I'm saying P. Diddy engaged. He John Gotti. Come on, man. I just don't see it. So let me see what you guys are saying. Let me see what you guys are saying. So let's see. I'm trying to read everybody. We only got about 100 people in here. You know what I'm saying? Clarkus Kent says, are you auditioning? No, sir. Blessed Kev says, I think with Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, and now Diddy, it's all over the masters. They not selling, so lock them up. I hear you, sir. It could definitely be something outside. Listen, what I heard is Puff Daddy got some rich and famous, powerful people mad. Like he got in an argument with that liquor company, bruh. They pulled the plug on him. Precious says clearly there is more than what's in the subpoena that's been released. And they said women were passed out on tapes getting IV to wake up after being homoed on after passed out. Like, I understand that, sir. Like, I'm not saying nothing about that. I agree with that. We talking about the trafficking of the women. You forced them, or you forcing them. They passed out on tapes. I'm having a party. I'm going, hey, look, pay. I give you like what, about 50,000, and you just go pay the people to come to the party. When you come to the party, you already know what time it is. They sex workers. He got sex workers. You feel what I'm saying? So you saying he drugged them? They sex workers, man. What a sex worker supposed? What a sex worker's job is? What a sex worker supposed to do? Jessica Smith said, "Are you getting rich or worried about what other people doing?" Guilty says, "Nope. They all look happy in the Diddy party pictures and videos." That's what I'm saying too. And if they ain't happy, I'm just saying, like that RICO charge, I don't think that RICO charge fits. Y'all let me know. Real as it gets says he drugged him. Okay, you drugged him. We're going to go back to what the RICO charge says. Okay? Guys, I'm a paralegal. I done filed 15 cases, 22 USC, subsection 7102. Okay? He using force, fraud, or coercion. You feel me? So he drugged him. How'd they get there? He forced him? I guess you could say drugging him is some kind of coercion or fraud. But I'm saying you charging him with human trafficking for having orgies. Like people, I see y'all saying that about Jeffrey Epstein and him like Jeffrey Epstein. The only problem that I really, really have with that I feel funny about is do we know Diddy messing with any children? Because that's the problem with Jeffrey. Because you could say all these people, who in Hollywood don't do what those guys, they doing way worse than what, we know that. But I'm saying for basically being a freak, you going to charge them with a RICO. A RICO, like that man John Gotti. Or like he Young Thug, he got bodies or something. That's what I'm saying. Y'all please help me out, man. Make me understand this. I'm saying a RICO. That's what I'm saying. I think my boy probably gonna be like OJ Simpson, bro. I really don't think they're gonna get him with that RICO, and if they don't get him with that RICO, bro, I think he gonna walk. That's my opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? I think part of the reason they won't let him out of jail is because they know that that case, man, they might not win that case. That's my opinion, bro. That's my opinion from filing 15 different lawsuits as a paralegal with the degree and a business freelance. Federal court, I want to appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals. I know something about federal law. I've never done criminal law. I've done civil law. That's my take on it, bro. My take on it is that RICO, bro, is just out of line. Xavier P. says P. Diddy was wrong for what he was doing. No ifs, ands, or buts. No one's letting him off the hook. No one is letting him off the hook. Like I said, there are plenty of people in Hollywood that is doing what Diddy did and way worse. They all wrong. Ain't none of them good. But I'm saying charging a man with a RICO, what the law says, he forcing these girls to do that or committing fraud or coercion. These girls getting paid, like my boy Jelly Bean says, paid sex work is not illegal in most states. I'm saying even if it's illegal, I'm saying these females getting paid for these activities. That's all I'm saying. Clarkus Kent said you're forcing your brain to try to read. I got to get one troll. In times without a reasonable doubt, God's judgment and wrath is on its way. The Lord is saying, get your houses in order. You should be keeping your eyes on Jesus and his word. Diddy will not be able to save you. Precious said, you never saw the sex tape. End times, as far as that part goes, I agree with you, God's judgment. Yeah, God's judgment has been on its way. still on his way. You know what I'm saying? But the stream is the man guilty of a RICO. But thank you for your opinion. Precious says you never saw the sex tapes. I didn't see the sex tape. Precious, this is what I'm saying. You talking about human trafficking, baby. Think about this. You talking about human trafficking, baby. Trafficking humans. He's drugging these girls, right? Like, so we seen the movies. We know what human trafficking is, don't we? Like those organizations who traffic kids, they traffic women. Okay, so yeah, that it has similar. He's drugging the women just like the traffickers are drugging the women. It's similar, I'll say that. But for you to say, bro, like that, like when they wake up in the morning, they can leave. They're choosing to be there. I'm saying this Diddy going to kidnap them. Remember, the law says with human trafficking, force, fraud, or coercion. Is he kidnapping them? Or are they just showing up on their own? That's my question. That's my big question. Did Diddy kidnap those women or they showed up? They sex workers. They are sex workers. They're somebody else's sex workers. Somebody else a pimp, or Diddy they pimp. But I'm saying, like, it wasn't like these women couldn't leave. It wasn't like these women couldn't say, I don't want to go. When you're talking about trafficking with those children, bro, they go grab them children. They drug those children. They drug those children. We putting two things together in this situation. You see what I'm saying? Diddy's having parties and freak-offs. Like, did he rape some girls or drug some girls? Like, that's a different charge. You said he is trafficking. That's what that racketeering. That main charge is he's human trafficking, sex trafficking. That's what I'm saying. Y'all tell me how he's sex trafficking. I don't see it. I see a whole lot of wrong. I see a whole lot of immoralness. I see a whole lot of. But I don't see no trafficking. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tatum World says no Diddy. CJ says he didn't kill him. He put 1 M's on his head. BR, how you doing, my boy? He said people seem to forget Diddy was a Democrat insider with Obama. Man, Diddy was cool with Trump. When I was doing the research on this, I seen Diddy with Trump, man. He was cool with Trump too, man. Diddy was cool with a lot of people. Dennis said at least one with the serial numbers, scrub. That's federal plus drug. Hey, I ain't arguing with that. I'm not, I didn't say anything about that. I was just talking about the racketeering. Because you hitting them with the RICO for trafficking, human trafficking and sex trafficking. You see what I'm saying? His lawyer said that's absurd. That man got some lawyers too. You know what I'm saying? Just like OJ Simpson had. You feel me? Gaines Schiller says free R. Kelly. R. Kelly's situation a little bit different than these. You know what I'm saying? You talking about when you messing with children. When you messing with children, that changes the whole complexion of the situation. We talking about he messing with sex workers. Precious says the prosecutor broke down the charges. Yeah, I understand that. But Miss Precious, I'll be like the defense attorney. I'll break them down too. It's good. They're gonna have to argue over it. Somebody right, somebody wrong. Joseph says, yeah, Jay-Z is as guilty as the RICO angle, and probably because pursuing the nasty will expose. Bro, it's a lot of them. That's my whole point, Joseph. It's a lot. All of Hollywood do that. They don't have orgies. Hey, y'all get out in the chat. Let me know. Do they have orgies in Hollywood? Do we all know this? Everybody knows this. That's my point. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying you're going to charge this man with sex trafficking for having orgies? Hey, Trading World says men, not women. Saw the truth. I can't read that. BR says kids, not women. So BR, who traffic kids? I ain't heard nothing about P. Diddy trafficking no kids. I haven't sex. No, I ain't heard nothing about no minors involved. Dennis says you are not thinking about the labels and the people who are in the freak off. You feel what I'm saying? How many people involved in that? They all doing it. They always involved. Louis Garage said, dude, you got to be kidding me. You must not know. Look at the disgusting foods doing. He was messing with underage kids. I don't know nothing about that. There was a lot of drugs and guns with serial numbers. Louis, I don't know anything about any underage kids. You know what I'm saying? Joseph said, Jaguar ain't holding back on the stories. Gary Sherry says, how come nobody talks about how people like Bill Gates went to Epstein Island and Diddy parties because they're all liberals together? Hey, you guys want to talk about politics? Hey, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., boy, we going to talk about fracking. You know what I'm saying? Drill, baby, drill. So Dennis says furtherance of his empire, definitely guilty AF. So Dennis, this is what you're saying. I'm asking you this. According to the definition of the law, that Sean Diddy Combs is guilty of racketeering. Y'all know what that racketeering law comes from? Diddy Combs is guilty of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. That's my question. Sex trafficking, you know what I'm saying? He trafficking girls across state lines, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He having freak offs. We know the freak offs he was having. The transportation to engage in prostitution, I think he was guilty of that. I already said that. But if you don't get him on that racketeering, to me, at the racketeering charge, if you don't convict him on that racketeering charge, in my opinion, you're not going to get him. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's going to walk on the rest of those charges. That's just my opinion. Real as it gets, says suspicious. All those record label CEOs step down. You know why? Because they all do the same thing. They didn't just start doing it. They've been doing it. If we talk about R. Kelly, that's different. This man, that was some weird stuff. If we talk about Jeffrey Epstein, come on, dude. But I'm saying you just having parties where you have sex workers there. It's regular people do that who's not P. Diddy. You see what I'm saying? Piff 1000 says, Cassie, I understand Cassie. Like him beating Cassie, that's not a racketeering charge. Him sexually abusing Cassie is not a racketeering charge. That's what I'm saying. He got charged with a RICO, not a freako. He got charged with a RICO. You got to feel that, my peoples, my beautiful peoples, a RICO. Third Coast Ray says, everybody lawyers these days. I done filed 15 lawsuits in 5 different courts, one appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeal. I got a real resume, son. You feel me? Then it says, go back to Tupac and Biggie, East Coast, West Coast. Sounds like an organized enterprise. Bad Boy is an organized enterprise. He owned Bad Boy. But I'm saying, they're saying that he have an organized enterprise that is having freak offs. So they got the freak off road tour. You know what I'm saying? We having a freak off in Atlanta this week. Next week we having a freak off here. The next week we having a freak off there. That's what I'm saying. They got a freak off road tour. Marcus G said if Diddy didn't force them to take the drugs, it's not coercion. If they willingly took the drugs, case dismissed. Enough said. Free Diddy. What's up, my boy Marcus G? I'm not saying free Diddy, man, but I'm just saying, bro, like the law, I'm talking about what the law says. Listen, I'm a legal person, okay? You got to understand that. So you talking about Homeland Security, I'm going to be on their side. 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to be on their side. They enforcing the law. That's what we do. It's about the law. You understand that? But what I'm saying is, in this case right here, like a RICO, 18 U.S. Code subsection 1961, okay? 22 U.S. Code subsection 7102, human trafficking, involves the threat or use of force, fraud, coercion to obtain commercial sexual acts, labor or other services. Sex workers. You know what I'm saying? Threat. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all got to feel me. Y'all got to feel what y'all boys saying. When we thinking about like sex trafficking or human trafficking. We're thinking about these organizations who are snatching these girls. What's that movie that Liam Neeson played in? You see what I'm saying? We're thinking about organizations that snatching the girls at the airport, throwing them in the trunk, drugging them, and forcing them to, like, that's what the law says. Am I wrong? I read it. 22 USC subsection 7102, it says force, fraud, or coercion to commit commercial sexual acts. So I'm saying, like he threw Cassie in the back of the car and he said, okay, Cassie, like, you got to have sex with these guys, and Cassie couldn't never leave. Cassie wasn't getting paid. I mean, Cassie was racketeering, guys, racketeering. We're not saying Diddy might not be a bad person. He might not be, oh, thank you guys, Taken. Like that movie Taken. So you see Liam Neeson, the guys he went against and Taken, okay? So the guys he going against is Diddy. Come on, man. Not no racketeering. Charge him with your charges. Look, this the rest of the charges the feds charged them with, okay? So they charged him with sex trafficking. I think that's kind of hard. Transportation to engage in prostitution. You got to prove that he was moving the girls around for prostitution. Bruh, Diddy might be the OJ Simpson. I know people saying, hey, they did that too. Bro, we know OJ. If we old enough to remember OJ Simpson, we know OJ Simpson was guilty of sin. We know he was. I think Diddy case is better to beat than OJ Simpson. You feel what I'm saying? Because those laws, if you read those laws, sex trafficking and human trafficking, most of the time that's like children. Or like I said, if it ain't children, what? We think it's like a Liam Neeson. The people he went with in those movies. You feel what I'm saying? But for you to say that Diddy, man, like this man, like he racketeering. So Diddy John Gotti. Can you think about what that law wrote for? So everybody who reads the law, the judges, they're gonna interpret it different. That's the human error. That's the human perception. You see what I'm saying? That's why we go with case law as precedent to say, hey, this is how the judges rule on this. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like a guidelines kind of. You feel me? But I'm saying, like, dude, come on, bro. Then it says, yeah, little young blank, Usher and Bieber. But we need Usher and Bieber to come. Hey, they said they got one male witness. But I think it's one of the guys that filed the civil suits on him. But I'm saying, like, you saying that a guy doing stuff that looks bad, or that doesn't make him bad. Does that make sense? It does make him. I'm not saying that he's not a bad person. I'm not saying that he's not a POS. I'm, as a legal person, looking at the charges you charged him with. You charged him with a RICO for having orgies that everybody in the industry has. I'm not excusing him. I'm saying, like, I guess you couldn't charge him with nothing else. When he beating on Cassie, I guess those charges was outside the statute of limitations. If Cassie sued him for rape, charge him with rape. I guess the feds couldn't get involved. What, the state of New York wasn't going to charge him? So the feds tried to come in and step in, and you charging the man with a RICO, saying that he's sex trafficking like he the dude Liam and Taken. He the dude Liam Neeson fighting against. Like that's not what that situation is, bro. You talking about that racketeering. You charging him with a charge. They charged Young Thug for racketeering, my dude. Young Thug for racketeering. But Young Thug was accusing of like killing and murdering people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the charges they got him with. Is what's finna make him be this generation's OJ Simpson. Piff 1000, Cassie was underage when they started dating. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying he was trafficking her for purposes of sex when they started dating. All this stuff gonna come up. All this stuff is important. I'm just telling y'all a preview of the trial. That's what we're doing right now. You go to most streams and they talk, but this and this, I'm giving y'all a preview of the trial. Everything I'm saying, if you go back and watch this video, is a preview of the trial. That's what his defense attorney, I promise you. Because you look those laws up, look those codes up. Y'all want the codes? Look the codes up. U.S. Code 18 U.S. Code subsection 1961. Look it up. Racketeering means any act, threat involving murder, kidnapping, gambling, arson, robbery, extortion, obscene man. I'm telling you, that's what the law was written for the mafia. You're going to have to drop out. Bro, it goes on. It talks about counterfeiting, sports bribery, embezzlement, mail fraud, label contracting, gambling. But you charging him with a racketeering for human trafficking, criminal enterprise, bad boy records for having orgies. You see? You feel me? My man finna be that OJ. I know, bro, if I was his attorney, that man finna be that OJ Simpson. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm not against Homeland Security. I wouldn't have charged him with those charges. If I was Homeland Security, I don't care if the state of New York didn't make him charge him for rape. I would have charged that man for rape. Cassie came forward with those papers. She said that this man was forcing her to have sex. Then I don't care if the state of New York. I don't care who he know in the state of New York, who he was trying not to get charged. I would have forced the state of New York. I would have forced them to charge him with rape. Because what's going to happen when he beat these charges? Because if you didn't get the state to charge him before these charges, they're probably not going to charge him after these charges. For whatever reason, they're not charging him. But all I'm saying is, bro, you're going to get a man a racketeering charge. This man is the John Gotti of orgies. I told y'all that's what the law, that's what it's written for. That's what it's written for. They use the RICO for a lot of things. They use the RICO on like the Venezuelan gang. They'll charge them with a RICO. They'll charge like sections of the Bloods, the Crips, organized criminal activity. We talking about Diddy with some females doing freak-offs, personal stuff that's immoral as I don't know what. But I'm saying, in my opinion, we know he put his hands on Cassie. We seen that. We seen it, didn't we? We know he put his hands on Cassie. On top of that, Cassie sued him. So we got that lawsuit, and we know in that lawsuit that she said he raped her and he held her and forced her to do things. So I guess you're saying the human trafficking is forcing her into sexual acts. But I think he raped her. There might have been a time or two where he could have forced her into a sexual act. But I'm saying, like, the overall theme of the point is was Cassie there because she wanted to, or was Cassie there because he was forcing her to? Because when we think of human trafficking, think about human trafficking that we think about. Cassie wasn't getting no benefit out of that. They were going to award shows. She was on his arm like he made her a famous singer. Bruh, a RICO? This man John Gotti now. You comparing him to Jeffrey Epstein? What? For having orgies? The whole industry do that. I guarantee you. I don't want to call no actors' names, but there's actors that I really respect. I love them in their movies. You probably could think about some of them. I guarantee you they've been engaged to that. I heard them accused of all kind of stuff. Am I lying or not? What happened was Diddy just made some rich person upset. And so they got at him. Grow Weed says technically Puff didn't do anything wrong. He just got out of line with Jewish people who makes his check. What's those people who do that liquor stuff? I'm not saying he ain't do nothing wrong, man. The man ain't the best person in the world. We know he kind of grimy. We know he kind of shady. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm saying a RICO, not a freako, a RICO. Presswood 25, Diddy was friends with everybody that doesn't put Trump at his parties. Shoot, I seen Diddy with Trump. Diddy cool with everybody, man. TV Picture says Trump's being tried for RICO too, racketeering too. No, he's not, man. Trump running for president. The elusive one says that's one of the sex trafficking charge. He was apparently, some of the sex workers were underage, male and female. The government hasn't released that information. That's what I'm saying. We're going to find out in the trial. Because I'm saying you got underage people, it's lights out for them. Cut the lights out. If you got minors, cut the lights off. Cut them off. He R. Kelly now. He Jeffrey Epstein now. But if you just talking about Cassie and some freak-offs, that's not racketeering. I'm going to just tell you that. He going to walk. OJ Simpson. Baby Girl World says he's better connected than OJ Simpson. Just saying. Way better. Listen, I'm going to tell you something about Diddy. Some of y'all might be too young to realize this. I watch a lot of podcasts, a lot of content about Diddy. I hadn't heard none of y'all talk about this. None of y'all. Bro, Diddy was in the club with Sean. It was an artist he had for Bad Boy Record with J-Lo. Y'all remember that? If y'all remember what I'm talking about, just type a yes in the chat. Please, guys, if you remember this, just type a yes in the chat. Diddy was in the club with a rapper named Sean, and there was a shooting in the club, and a woman got shot in the face. And some people said, Diddy, y'all see that? Did he get in any trouble for that? Did he get in any trouble? Y'all see why I'm saying that OJ Simpson, especially with them charges that you put on him, just charge the man for rape. You know, I said this earlier. I think the reason why the government won't let him get out of jail because they want to be sure that he gets in some kind of trouble. Because if he beat these charges and you didn't so at least we could let him sit in jail for 2 years till the trial's over, and then because bro, they know, I don't care what they putting out there, I'm telling you, a racketeering charge and a human trafficking charge on what we know right now, what he did with Cassie and stuff like that, bro, that is not no taking. That is not no taking situation. Them girls are sex workers. That's what they do. Maybe not Cassie, but Cassie was getting a great benefit out of it. And she kept coming back. Tell me where I'm wrong at. Presswood 25 said, LeBron James was at the freak house. Rusty Shackelford would say, what's good, Ghost? What's up, my boy? They said they want to talk about P. Diddy, boy. So I jumped on here and started talking about Diddy. Oh, Diddy. Presswood 25, why Pink and Megan Fox erased their social media. Bro, it's a lot of, I'm telling you, guys don't understand. That whole industry is in that stuff. Bro, they all know, they all do it, they all know, come on, man. Am I lying or not? Tell me where I'm wrong at. Guys, y'all know what I'm telling y'all is the truth. So I'm saying, like, come on, man. I could see if you saying, like I said, like on Taken, he's snatching girls, throwing a bag over their head, putting them in the trunk. He ain't got to be doing it. He could get some of his homeboys to do it. And then he taking them females and he out there selling them on the side of the road. Commercial sex acts by force. Human trafficking, sex trafficking. You see what I'm saying? Human nature says they have too much video evidence on Diddy. We got to wait to discovery. We got to wait to see it. Because I'm saying what I've seen, I hadn't seen no racketeering. I ain't saying that I ain't seen no sex orgy parties, drug orgy sex parties, sex orgy drugs parties, sex orgy drugs parties. If you in Hollywood, you will understand that's their language. That's what they doing. You said the man was racketeering and human trafficking. I'm not saying they weren't taking drugs and he didn't Bill Cosby no girl. They didn't charge Bill Cosby with racketeering. That's all I'm saying, brother. You feel me? Human nature. They didn't charge Bill. Tell me if I'm wrong. Get in the comments. Let me know, my boy. Let me know where I'm wrong at. Y'all let me know where I'm wrong. They didn't charge Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was drugging women too, wasn't he not? Was he or was he not? But they didn't charge him with racketeering or sex trafficking. That's what I'm saying. So Human Nature said Trump was everybody's celebrity friend till he ran for president and run. I mean, some people still slick undercover, still like him. I still think, you know what I'm saying? Baby Bubba says don't understand the racketeering charge and the sex trafficking. I don't see that in the human trafficking. Listen, y'all, listen. They charge them with 3 things. Listen, 3 things we're going to charge them with. Racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If I was defending him, I'm going to say, hey, how he ain't transport these girls here. I mean, like, to engage in prostitution, and he bought them plane tickets. They might have proof of that because we know he was doing that. We know. Freak offs. Orgies, we know he was doing that. But transportation to engage in prostitution, that's just like a little charge you could give to anybody, right? Am I right or wrong? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Get in the comments right now. Everybody, give me the comments. Let me know. Am I right or wrong? But I'm saying you got to think about the racketeering. Victorious One says coercion is great. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Victorious One? I'm trying to get down there to you guys' comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of behind. Y'all know how I do. I try to get a little bit of everybody, what everybody's saying. So, hey, Texas, it's me. I see you in here. Thank you for participating. Miss Candace, how we doing? The real Derek Jackson, how you doing, my brother? Candace says, you speaking on Cassie, but you let's talk about the bigger thing. That man been taking advantage of underage kids for years too. Where's that at? Where's that evidence at? That's what I'm saying. You talking about what he did for Justin Bieber to just listen, Miss Candace. I'm not saying that he's a good guy. I want you guys to understand that, please. I got my paralegal hat on. I'm acting like I did when I went to the U.S. Court of Appeals, bro, and I got to argue this federal judge. This is my legal hat. I got my legal hat on. I'm just doing my legal. This is what I do. So I'm saying, like, I'm not saying he's not a good person, baby. He's not a good person. And he has been getting over. He got over on Usher. We here. He got on Justin Bieber. We here. He has been getting over on people for years. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying racketeering. That's what you charged him with. That's not the issue. Isn't that he's not a bad person? He shouldn't have went to jail. He shouldn't go to jail. My thing is you charged him with racketeering, running a RICO like he Young Thug or something. We hadn't heard nothing about that. We hadn't seen none of that. We know he was having freak offs. We know he was having orgies. We know they was taking pills. We know they was taking drugs. We know he beat on Cassie. We seen him beat on Cassie. I'm saying, bro, this been out there since the beginning of the year. Do you think that the government, it wouldn't have leaked out? You don't think it would have leaked out that this guy's did this, that, and the other? You don't think we would have known about anything else that he did? I'm saying it seemed like we know most of what he did, right? And I'm saying, though, that's not racketeering. You know what I'm saying? You could charge him with that. You got enough reasonable cause to charge him with that because some of the things that he was doing was falling within the bounds of those certain particular laws. You see what I'm saying? But actually, you got to understand, you guys got to understand the Racketeering Act. Read the act, read the law. Listen, I didn't get a chance to do the extensive study, so I could have pulled case law for that RICO. But I'm saying if you read the law, you were 18 U.S. Code, subsection 1961, racketeering activity means any act involving murder, kidnapping. Did he kidnap? Gambling, arson, robbery, extortion, dealing in obscene manner, or dealing in controlled substance. Like when we think of somebody getting charged with racketeering, that's what we're thinking about. I think I'm John Gotti. You feel what I'm saying? That law is long. Them definitions long. Robbery, sports robbery, counterfeit, embezzlement, mail fraud, labor contacting, gambling, murder for hire. You see what I'm saying? But how they pin them, this is how they pin them. Allegations that was made by a music producer, they say. But I think Cassie had something to do with that too. You know what I'm saying? That Diddy was engaging in sexual assault, sex trafficking, and running an inner circle, meaning he had a group or organization that he was engaging in these activities with. So now Diddy, because he having orgies like everybody else in the music industry, everybody else in Hollywood, taking drugs, getting high, going to orgy. You think them girls at Diddy's party that's the first party they went to where they was having sex, taking drugs? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm saying, bro. Diddy pissed somebody rich and powerful off, bro. And they flipped the switch on him. That's what really happened. But Diddy got some really good lawyers, y'all. Some really good lawyers. Victorious One says just because everyone does it doesn't mean it's not a crime. Victorious One, yes, sir, you are correct. But I'm saying you're going to just pick and choose who you charge with it. That's my question. That lets me know the motives of why he was charged with what he was charged with. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Texas, it's me. Says he even groomed and trafficking his son's girlfriend. Dude was a menace. I don't know nothing about that. G. Scott says him and Taylor Swift drinking blood together at their parties. You feel me? So Brian V says, oh, I thought you were advertising for a party. Nah, brother. I don't have no parties. I don't party. You feel me? Hey, if I was doing them parties, them days, my that stuff for me is been over. I don't do them kind of parties. Jonathan Williams said, if you send women to different states for sex, it's sex trafficking. I'm saying Diddy has a company where he's sending women to different states for different sex. He might. That's what I'm saying. The government knows. The government knows. But I'm saying he was sending women to different states to have sex with men. You got to prove that. So he going to tell Cassie, hey, Cass, I want you to go holler at Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He out in California. So you going to charge him with human trafficking? Bro, this is what y'all got to understand. You got to get a jury. All Diddy need is one juror. Just one juror. That's all he need. Just one juror. And all that work that they did is going to the trash can. Because if I was his lawyer, bro, you're not finna charge this dude with no racketeering. This dude is not no John Gotti. He could be a menace. He is a bad person. Guys, this is what I said. This is my opinion. I think they could have charged him with raping Cassie. Y'all don't think so? That could have charged. One of them women could have got him with rape. Bill Cosby. You feel me? If you got R. Kelly, but racketeering and sex trafficking. Brian says, oh, my bad, Jonathan Williams. If you, okay, Big Baby Bubba, it's the Shark Club. Victorious One is women, not females. SSEZs. This is Black Wall Street by individual. They want his assets. Something going on behind the scenes. Hey, Texas, it's me. Yeah, but he ruined them accords. He took them across state lines. That's sex trafficking. He took them across state lines. Look, you feel what I'm saying? Like we are flying across state lines as a group. She on my jet, and we flying across state lines. He took them across state lines, maybe so. But look, this is what the law says. That's what I'm saying, my brother. The law says, okay, I'm gonna say it to you again. U.S. code. Well, let me drop down because we on the RICO, right? U.S. code subsection 71022. 22 U.S. code subsection 7102. The use of threat, force, fraud, or coercion. So look, who that was. I'm sorry. My brother said he took them across state lines. Hey, baby, listen. I'm finna fly to San Francisco, LA. You know, we finna get freaky. Have one of our freakos. I got some pills for you. You want to go have sex? Yeah, I'm finna go have sex. Did he force her? Did he use coercion? Did he threaten her? That's what human trafficking is. You taking a girl across the state lines for listen, a man who has a woman take a wife across the state lines. The purpose is plenty of men who go to take a girl to Bali just to smash. Plenty of men. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? I'm just asking, am I right or wrong? Is that right or wrong? There's plenty of men take girls across the state lines to smash and give them money. That freak house orgies. I'm saying, but force and coercion. That's why I told y'all, when we think of human trafficking, if it's not children, if it's children, it's lights out. It don't matter what, it's dead wrong. But when we think of human trafficking and it's grown people, right? We think in the human trafficking and it's grown people. That's why I said, like Liam Nelson on Taken. That's what happened to his daughter. That's the problem that Interpol is having with trafficking, and that the Homeland Security is having with trafficking, like down in South America and all over the world, in sex slavery. But I'm saying these girls were workers. That's their MO. That's what they do for a living. If they ain't doing it with Diddy, they doing it with somebody else right now. You think Diddy's party was the only party they went to? That's what I'm saying. The racketeering, y'all, I think that racketeering gonna be hard, man. Jonathan Williams says this guy's a Biden supporter. Come tomorrow, we're gonna talk about fracking, boy, in the morning. Hey, look, them Trump supporters, bro, I got my Kool-Aid. They gonna be ready for me. You feel? Because you know how they gonna say Kamala was flip-flopping on fracking. We gonna get on it tomorrow. My boy FPS says, hope he doesn't hang himself in jail. Man, I don't think so. If I was his lawyer, he wouldn't. If I was his lawyer, I'd tell him about 2.5 years, he up out of here. Period. At the longest. You out, not for them charges. They could charge you with something else, but them charges right here, nah. Victorious One says Cassie was 19, Sean Combs was 40. That's disgusting, isn't it? But I'm saying, what you charged them. Listen, how old was Hugh Hefner? Hugh Hefner was 85, and he had females that were 18. And tell me I'm lying. He was married to a 21-year-old when he died. 85 years old. And he took plenty of women across state lines to have sex with him. Where Homeland Security was at with Hugh Hefner. That's what I'm saying. Like, so you talking sex trafficking. This dude, man, human trafficking. This man is human trafficking and racketeering. Same charges you giving to Young Thug you gave to Diddy for having free calls. Say it ain't so. Listen to Jaguar right on Justin Bieber. I'm not denying that. Not at all. I didn't, guys, y'all know I said that. I'm so far behind on these comments. So far behind. But guys, you know I said that from the get-go. I'm not denying none of that. You know what I'm saying? Not none of it. Nadia Johnson says people bring up Hugh Hefner reportedly doing the same thing, if not worse. Yo was never ashamed, prosecuted, his legacy not even met. You see what I'm saying? I just said that. And I scrolled all the way down because I try to get everybody's comments one time. Josh Moore says Mayor Adam gonna be exposed. You know what I'm saying? Moody says $500. Did Diddy kill himself? Victorious One says life ain't fair. BM are not at lowest rung of the patriarchy. Wake up, black males. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Texas, is me say he's a businessman. Of course he was. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Kush boy? Kush boy, Kush boy, Kush boy. What up, my dog? So Candace says, well, I can't entertain this channel because he's going by what he think and not facts. Bro, I get one of those in here all the time, man. They expecting a reaction from me. I'm sorry, Miss Candace. I hate to see you go, baby. I hope you have a nice day. Daisy Ankabo says, you wrong for defending Diddy. I'm not defending Diddy. How am I defending him? I say he's not a bad person. But you can't charge me with murder if I just slapped the dude. Do you get that? If I slapped the dude and I screamed at him and I got a bad attitude, I'm not a good person, right? But you can't charge me with murder for that. We talking about the law, baby. You feel me? Terrence says that's because they are protecting others. Wake up. Oh, what you mean? Other people? If they protecting others, bro, look, bro. Listen, Taryn, if me and you know that there's other people in Hollywood, we probably could start calling names. that ain't all the way authentic, and that's doing stuff wrong. If we know that, you don't think they know that? Yeah, protecting others, you just gonna snatch him though. But you know, it's plenty more out there to snatch now. You don't think it's more to that than that? Jonathan, Biden, that boy on that Biden. We gonna talk that politics tomorrow. He said, look at Lil Rod. I seen Lil Rod's lawsuit, my bad. He said he's providing receipts under oath. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But that's how that Lil Rod's lawsuit and Cassie's lawsuit is how we know what's going on. So I'm saying Homeland Security, if they know more than what was in Lil Rod's lawsuit and Cassie's lawsuit and that video that got leaked, they're not letting us know that, because that's how we know what's going on. That's how we know. But I'm saying from that, what we know, that's not racketeering or human trafficking. I'm sorry. The man was having orgies. He's having freak offs. I'm not defending him. He's not a great person. But the man is not racketeering. No, but he's not a RICO. A RICO, he John Gotti. He the John Gotti of the orgy parties. Let's see. The elusive word. He says, let Diddy rock. I don't respect any of these gatekeepers. Diddy, Jay-Z won't let any real talent in the rap game. I feel you, my brother. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, just me as being a person of the law, if you're going to charge somebody for something, in my opinion, like make sure they're guilty of what you're charging for, that law. Or if they're not guilty of that law, find a different law to charge them with. We finna find out. Because this is going to be the case of the century, boy. You know what I'm saying? After the election, this going to be probably what we're going to be on a lot. JG says, true, but in life, you reap what you sow, and you sow what you reap. That's so true. Can't feel sorry for him, right, JG? Am I right, my brother? We can't feel bad for him. G. Scott said Cassie was on video recording. I know, we all saw that video. That was horrible. I mean, he beat the girl, just treated her like nothing. It's completely horrible, deplorable. But racketeering, you a bad boyfriend, and you get charged with racketeering. I'd be like, the RICO, not no Frico, the RICO. Victorious one says Diddy blew up cars. Lil Ron. I heard some stuff about, what's that dude named Kid Cudi. But I'm saying he didn't get charged with that. They should charge him with that. They don't have the evidence. Bless Up Kev says, great live stream. Thank you, my brother. Hey, Texas, it's me. Said Diddy did business in an obscene manner. Most definitely 1,000,001%. I'm not arguing with that at all. That's RICO. He did business in the Donald Trump did business in an obscene manner, bro. It's more to it than that, my boy. It's plenty of people do business in an obscene manner. Let me read the charge. That's not RICO, my boy. That's just, you took two words out of what that law said. Bro, you know how big that law is, bro. You know, go get it, bro. Like, pull it up right now. I'll give it to you. 18 U.S. Code, subsection 1961. The racketeering law. Racketeering activity means any act or threat involving murder, kidnapping. Bro, it's a long law. So you just pulled out obscene activity. Bro, it's more to it than that, my boy. To get a RICO charge on somebody, you got to remember, like, you charge a John Gotti with a RICO. So we trying to catch the mafia. We can't pin the mafia. We've been trying to catch the mafia for how long? We couldn't pin the mafia. We can't get the mafia. We can't pin them down. Regardless of what happened, it seems like we cannot pin the mafia down, okay? So we came up with the racketeering. And that's how we were able to get him. Diddy is John Gotti. He's the John Gotti of orgy parties. Jason Galloway, all I'm asking you, very simple, is what would you do if it was your kid? I told you, Mr. Galloway. I guess you guys probably just coming into the stream. If we hear that it's children involved, it's lights, cameras, action. The key is gone. He not getting out. They're gonna make an example out of him. He done made some rich, famous person. We know he got somebody upset. So I'm saying if it's lights, cameras, action, it's over with. Completely over with. 4:30, fork in him. Finito. But I hadn't seen no evidence of no kids. That's what I'm saying. That's what I having problems with. Moody says, John Perchman says, firearm serial number taken off. I'm saying, I understand that, sir. But I'm saying, like, I guess if you was a legal person, I would say that. I'm not saying if you're not a police officer and you going to the prosecutor and you really trying to pin this dude, so you coming up with some charges. But you gotta realize this is a really rich dude and he got a whole lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? What I'm saying is it's a racketeering charge. That's my problem. Is it racketeering? Victorious one groomed and dehumanized these women. Read about the components of sex trafficking. I understand that, sir. But it's really human trafficking, and it's engaging in those sexual acts. But I understand that, sir. I'm not making no excuses for him. Don't get me wrong. What about the racket? I don't see it, man. Nadia says, bizarre as far as what law was. The elusive one says that doesn't mow silly. Baby Bubba says, keyword forced. I agree with that. I don't think they were forced. That's what I'm saying. They get up and they leave Diddy's party and they gonna go to Jay-Z's party. I ain't hate no Jigga man, Jigga. You feel me? I ain't hate no Jigga man, but they gonna get up and they gonna go to Ludacris party. I could call anybody name. That's the industry, bro. If I was in the industry, bro, that's the point. You wait to get a rapper, you knocking them girls down, knocking them back. It's rappers these days. That's what they do. I ain't calling nobody's name, knocking them back. Everybody, all the whole industry. Diddy party is an industry party. Am I lying or not? It's Diddy's white parties. That's not an industry party. You wouldn't classify that as an industry party. So you don't think nobody else? I'm just asking y'all. So you telling me you don't think that the government knows anybody else famous that participated in those parties? That's what I'm asking. Any other people in Hollywood participated in them parties? Guaranteed. 10,000%. JG says, I worked with him when he had the twins. I didn't see him doing anything wrong. I was surprised when I heard. You know what I'm saying? Victorious One says, Diddy out here being an equal opportunity booty bandit. You feel me? That boy, brother love. Brother, too much love. You feel me? Jason Galloway says, you aren't answering my question. I'm sorry, Jason. Put it back down there, my brother. We only got about 100 people in here, so I'm trying to take my time, let them get what they got to say out. Montel Williams Love Child says, take that. Ouch. Take that. Bro, I'm talking about, bro, come on. We all got them songs. Hot and sicker than your average. Papa Ben Styles. Bro, we all got them songs, bro. You feel me? I had to throw that in there. Nania Johnson says the Mann Act they reported intervened with the late Jack Johnson in mind. Per study, they severely envied Jack Johnson, his powers. Yes, ma'am, Miss Nadia. If she's of age and gave consent, who said the woman said yes? I'm saying who said no? It's a Diddy party. You didn't have to, you went to a Diddy party. You talking about human trafficking. You got human trafficking charges on him. So it ain't no Diddy party. What was he? Who was he human trafficking? Cassie? What was that dude, Rod, that sued him? Who he human trafficking? I guess it's gonna come out, huh? They said they have 50 witnesses, but the lawyer said they don't got no. They got like. You feel what I'm saying? Victorious, let's see. The elusive one said that's why they raided all his properties. because they had to get those tapes so it wouldn't be made public. You're trying to hide some other people. The problem was there was whistleblowers there. When they obtained the tape, the word got out. You feel what I'm saying? He beat her on video, Jason. You right, my brother. He beat her. Listen, if the problem in the situation is Cassie and the way he handled Cassie, and he publicly abused Cassie, and like she said, he held her against his will, then charge him for rape and kidnapping Cassie. Ain't that what you do with everybody? And tell me, am I wrong? Is that what we do with everybody? So what we charge Bill Cosby or R. Kelly? But I'm saying, you saying he running a criminal enterprise because the man was having orgies. Victorious One says, ghostwriter, you're building a narrative. That's what I mean, bro. As a litigator, that's what you do. You build narratives. His lawyers are going to try to defend him, man. I'm just saying. Did Diddy pay for her and Cassie? Bless up, Kev? No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. Why don't you get the state to charge him with something? I'm saying, why the feds going to come in on an orgy party? The feds on an orgy party. Why the state didn't just charge him with something? Ain't that what happened to Bill Cosby? Ain't that what happened in every case almost? How many times we heard the feds? I don't even think Young Thug case wasn't by the feds. You know, a case I think of the feds with like these rappers is when FBG Duck got killed. You see what I'm saying? King Von's homeboys did that. That's when you call the feds in, man. You feel what I'm saying? Something like that. I'm saying you calling the feds in because the guy got having orgies. If he did Cassie wrong, just charge him with the charges. Is there a statute of limitations on rape? Is there a statute of limitations on kidnap? Just give him state charges. I'm saying, why you gonna bring the feds in and charge the man for having the orgies with sex trafficking? I don't know. I'm baffled. But like I said, they might have evidence. I hadn't seen the whole case. I would hate to be Puff Daddy's attorney and not knowing all the facts and the goods of the case. You see what I'm saying? You guys in the stream right now, y'all please, man, show your boys some support. Hit that like button, bro. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, man. Show your boys some love. Nadia Johnson says, my thing, don't abuse the laws. Make sure the law is broken beforehand. I agree with that. 1,000%. Victorious One, 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall. That is just too funny. Too funny. G. Scott says, Diddy is the Black Epstein. Jason Galloway says, don't you see what's wrong? I'm not saying nothing's not wrong, Jason. Victorious One says, nasty and proud of it. JG says, not having baby oil is not illegal. It's not illegal. Yoko Bagley says, guilty, taken from them from a place where sex worker is legal to another state, drug cohorts enforced. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been talking about it, though, the whole time. I don't see the racketeering. Nadia Johnson says, people bring up Hugh Hefner doing the same thing, if not worse. So true. Anthony says, why are you defending him? I'm not defending him. I mean, if you've been in this stream this whole time, you know I've been saying I am not defending that guy, not at all. Victorious One says, JG, baby mama image is done. Bless Up Kev says, I can't do 2 years in the pen. I think he going to have to. At least 2. He going to have to. That's why listen, they know more than what they telling. But if they're not telling more, we assume that they don't know more. But they might have more, okay? But look, if they don't have nothing else, they know that they're going to have a tough time winning that case against Diddy's attorneys. He ain't got no ambulance chasers. He ain't got no bubblegum machine lawyers. Ask how many millions he done paid that legal team. And they going to win at all costs. Cause look, y'all look at the power of Homeland Security and the power and persuasion of the government, but you talking about when you taking that case and you going in that courtroom, that judge, and you got 12 jurors. That's who's gonna decide that case. You got a judge and you got 12 jurors that's gonna decide that case. Homeland Security, what they gonna be whenever you inside the courtroom? Or what's all the people who accusing him? Like, you gonna be parading the witness, the prosecution? You say, oh, they got the U.S. Attorney General in the Southern District, ain't no joke. But Diddy's lawyers ain't no joke either. So it's gonna come down to their charges. I'm just so confused, bro. Why are you gonna charge this man with a John Gotti and a Liam Nelson taking charge for having an orgy? Is he wrong? He wrong. Did he do blood rub? Yeah, all that stuff. Charge him like Bill Cosby. Why you gonna hit him with a racketeering? That's what I don't get that. For orgies? Like, do what Bill Cosby, didn't Bill Cosby get rape charges? Nadia Johnson's, they don't even shame Roman Polanski. You feel me? I think we building a theme here with Diddy. G. Scott says they know Diddy done wrong, so they got to put something on him. Bro, like, I understand that, G. Scott, but just do it like you traditionally do it. Force the state to bring those charges on him. You ain't got to make it federal. Force the state of New York. They could put a prayer. Look, if I was Homeland Security and if I came in that situation, and I don't know how they work it, say I'm the chief investigator, I'm working that situation, I'm a force the state to put charges on. You feel me? If I got a problem with him in California too, I'm going to force the state of California to put charges. He going to have about 5 cases in the state. But all them cases going to be almost, can he beat a charge for doing something to Cassie? Listen, anything to Cassie besides saying that he forced her to be there, because that's going to be hard to prove that he forced her to be. That one time he dragged her back in the room, but he was forcing her to be there. He might have forced her for a day or two. But Cassie wasn't getting paid for them records. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to think about this, guys. He forced her to be there. That's what that charge is. JG says at the end of the day, no one is above the law. He's not. Nadia Johnson says some may weigh their contempt with him as they're breaking the laws. G. Scott said they know Diddy wrong. They had to put something on it. Baby Bubba says so far, what we know, the charges are flimsy. They'll never hold in a court of law. I didn't say they wouldn't hold, but they're flimsy. Like I said, my brother, Baby Bubba, the government might have something that we don't know. This is what I'm saying, guys. I'm saying the transportation to engage in prostitution is a whole charge. The transportation to engage in prostitution is a whole charge. Sex trafficking, which is basically human trafficking. I forgot which code that was. That I think that's 22 USC subsection 7102, if I'm not mistaken. But the racketeering, listen, the racketeering charge is what you're gonna give them life for. What's the mandatory minimum on that? Probably like 15 to life. That racketeering is what you're going to give him, that 15 to life. If he beat that racketeering charge, bro, you flimsy on the rest of the charges. So I'm saying you got to pin him. Diddy got a criminal organization. I could see, like, dude, can y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Even Young Thug, the feds didn't get Young Thug. Young Thug guilty as sin, just like Diddy is. Young Thug guilty of sin. We know he guilty of sin, man. We would assume that, right? But I'm saying, I think the state of Georgia charged Young Thug with that RICO, if I'm not mistaken, right? Wasn't that the state of Georgia? I don't think that was the feds. That's what I'm saying. That's hard, man. In my mind, that's hard. You're gonna be hard. That's just on me, man. I might be wrong though, y'all. I don't know everything now. Carson Jenkins said, Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy. Now I'm just playing P. Diddy. You can't put a hit on me though, not though, because you and now I'm just playing. I'm being silly, y'all. Too Cool says they sure found a lot of bottles of lubricant in his house. That's weird. That's super weird. Super duper weird. Faison Simpson says famous people are on those tapes. Yes, they are. Bless Up Kev says, get oiled up. It's not a crime in the United States. No, it's not. Kristen V says, people already knew Diddy was behind Tupac's death. You feel me? Maybe Diddy knows some stuff that they don't want out, and they might be quieting them up, shutting them up. Cause I know I'm saying like it's probably, bro. I heard rumors about a lot of stuff, and I know the feds were asking questions about it. I heard rumors about Diddy's death. I heard rumors about Tupac's death. I heard rumors about Kim Porter. Who else? I heard some more people. Some more stuff. A lot of stuff with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But Carson Jenkins says Bieber will never be the same. That's not a cool thing, though. It really ain't cool. And I heard like other people he did stuff too. But I'm talking about you bringing charges on them. You want to make them charges stick. Make sure them charges stick. Jason Galloway says, so you talking right. So you got to realize he got a whole leap of dough. So certain men got no heart and take money, and you have certain men who will kill off his razz. Faison Simpson says also that book has been put out. That's true. Too Cool says Diddy and R. Kelly are going to have a new rap group. You hear me? Diddy and R. Kelly is going to be called Two Bars of Soap. And they're his single, Be Sit Down While You Pee, man. That's too funny. They've been waiting, bro. They've been asking me to talk about Diddy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do a morning, you know what I'm saying, stream about Diddy, bro. It's too many people talk. We got politics to talk about. That stuff too serious. But it's Sunday afternoon. I was like, man, let's get it. Let's see. Victorious One, getting oiled up and smugged up is a crime. Once you impaired consent is rescinded. Hey, Miko, how you doing, baby? She says, hello. G. Scott, even Ellen knew about the Diddy parties. Yes, that's true. All of them knew. Carson Jenkins says, Diddy's not going to make it to a courtroom. He knows too much. OJ Simpson. Carlos said he ain't even going to make it to a courtroom. They gon', you know what I'm saying? Justin Galloway says, and Outfit was my kid. He be tucked. Carlos Jenkins says he's a liability now. Victorious One says going to a party is not consent. Ghost, what is the definition of consent? Educate your audience. Who told me that? Victorious One. Victorious One, you about to be a moderator. You see what I'm saying? Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Miss Kelly, she working right now, so she can't be with us like the time. But look, hold on a second. So we Victorious One, we doing legal consent, right? Before we do this, sir, let's okay. So before we do that, okay. So when we're talking about human trafficking, to me, that's what's holding the whole case together. Because that's my argument, is that it's racketeering. You brought a racketeering charge against him. Bro, we saw the tape. He beat her. He held her against his will. He kidnapped her. She's probably saying he raped her. He forced her into sex acts. You see what I'm saying? But you brought a criminal enterprises. Why not just personally charge him and make him personally responsible for his action? So okay, so the legal definition of consent. Okay, we got the legal definition of consent, guys. Give me just a second. Okay, legally, consent means that a person voluntarily and willfully agrees in response to another's proposition. The person who consents must possess sufficient mental capacity. Consent also requires the absence of coercion, fraud, or error. It sounds like, you know what I'm saying? The human trafficking law. It sounds really similar. Consent is an essential constitute of a contract to a defense or to a tort. However, consent is generally not a defense to criminal charges, with the possible exceptions of rape and sexual assault. So, my brother, what my question is to you is what are you saying about the consent? You saying that Cassie did not consent? Is that what we're saying? I'm trying to see what you're saying, my boy. Let's see. Cause see, I asked that question. So do you believe he done the other stuff? Yeah, listen, yes, you know he did. Come on, man. It ain't no way in the world he did. Transportation to engage in prostitution, that's a charge. Transportation to engage in prostitution. Yes, he did that. They were having orgies, freak-offs. But the sex trafficking and the racketeering, I don't think, and if those are the two main charges, that makes it look like it's a big deal. So I think if you lose those sex trafficking and the racketeering charges, I think your case is gone. The whole case. But I definitely, 1,000, 10,000%. You know what I'm saying? Jason Galloway, okay, so Baller Chanel says too late to go after him for Cassie now. She did a civil attempt and got paid. Yeah, but you couldn't go after him for Cassie, Baller Chanel. You couldn't go after him in the state court because there ain't no statute of limitations on rape, is it? She said he raped her, didn't she? Did he rape her? She said he did. There ain't no statute of limitations on rape, right? Bungle said Diddy clapped them cheeks of the cop from Die Hard. Too funny. Banger Smoker said Diddy said, I like when you screaming and scraping for stuff, daddy. Victorious one said, mind me up. Don't say it no more, my brother. Let's see. Banger Smoke said, Diddy said, I like, oh, okay, I got that one. AJ Moore said, railroading another black man. Sounds like white, never mind. Harvey Weinstein, David Masterson, and of course, Vince McMahon. Keep doing your thing, bro. Like, look, AJ, I'm just saying, like, I mean, look, me being a legal person, okay? Me being a legal person, the guy is not innocent. That's why I said, will Diddy be this generation's OJ Simpson? Okay? Because in my generation, we all knew OJ Simpson was guilty. And it's a different situation. I don't think none of us wanted OJ Simpson to get off. But what I'm saying, I don't want Diddy to walk away from this. If he needs to spend his time in jail, sure, let him spend his time in jail. Did Bill Cosby did? He said, Harvey, I mean, the people who spent their time, the people who paid for their crimes, I'm saying that's fine. But make him pay for his crimes within the bounds of the law. The dude is not no John Gotti, bro. Come on, man. He racketeering. He getting a RICO charge for having orgies. That's cold-blooded. That's all I'm saying. Get him on the other stuff. Hello, from Ukraine. Diddy calls it freak-offs. He thought it was a party. That's what I'm saying. He did think it was a party. Guys, I'm going to go over one more time. We probably got about 25 more minutes left on the stream. I'm going to go over one more time, okay? So the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, 54 years old, known best for starting Bad Boy Records, producing artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Mace, Mary J. Blige, Usher, and many, many more, was arrested in a hotel in New York City and has been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Here are the federal charges. The Racketeer Influence and Corruption Act, the RICO, is a federal law targeting organized criminal activity and racketeering. So 18 U.S. Code subsection 1961 is the racketeering law. It reads, racketeering activity means A, any act or threat involving murder, kidnapping, gambling, arson, robbery, extortion, dealing in an obscene manner, or dealing in a controlled substance or listed chemical as defined in Section 102 of the Controlled Substance Act, which is chargeable under state law and punishable by imprisonment of more than 1 year. It goes on to talk about bribery, sports bribery, counterfeiting, embezzlement, mail fraud, but I'm talking about a long list of things, right? Okay. So Diddy was charged with racketeering due to allegations made by a music producer. Okay? I think we know who that is. Lil Rod, I think that's his name, who alleged Diddy was engaging in sexual assault, sex trafficking, and running an inner circle, meaning he had a group or organization that he was engaging in these activities with. Combs' defense attorney rejected government's allegations that his client committed sex trafficking, but conceded that the music mogul has been unfaithful for dark periods over a decade. That's what his lawyer's saying. His lawyer says this is evidence, not of sex trafficking, but of being caught being unfaithful. And his lawyer's name is Mark Alfaniflo, or Alfaniflo is Agnifilo, and his name is spelled M-A-R-C, if y'all want to look it up. He told the court in arguing for his clients to be granted bail. He was in a 10-year loving relationship through dark periods. Y'all see how his lawyer framing that conversation, right? Here's my 2 cents. The transportation engaged in prostitution, he guilty. Was he having free calls? Of course. If I was his attorney, I would make the government have solid proof. My defense would be that we met the females in the city we traveled to. We ain't transporting no girls. Or that the females traveled to us. We never transported them. They will have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, and I'm not aware of the evidence that the government has that he was doing it. Here's my take. The entire thing hinges on the sex trafficking or the human trafficking. If he beats that, in my opinion, he has an inside straight to win the entire case. Federal law criminalizes human trafficking, which typically involves the threat or use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain commercial sex acts, labor, or other services. And if you guys want to write this down, this is 22 United States Code, subsection 7102.11, which defines severe forms of trafficking in persons. Furthermore, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000, the TVPA, as amended, added new criminal provisions and strengthened penalties for already existing laws. So did he use force, fraud, or coercion to make these women do what they did? I'm not talking about one situation where he saw, look, his lawyer said the reason why money, some of y'all might know this, but his lawyer says the reason why he's grabbing Cassie and slinging her is because she had his clothes in his bag. I'm not trying to make no excuses for him. I ain't getting paid to defend him. His lawyer getting paid to defend him. But I'm saying that's racketeering. That's a RICO. He got a criminal organization like the mafia. This guy have like secretaries and little errand girls that's working for him, that's doing this stuff. Who the girl he was dating? Y'all could put her name in the chat. I ain't trying to call her name, man. I ain't trying to talk bad about nobody. But I'm saying, like, he got like little girl, like it's not no criminal organization, man. P. Diddy was not running no criminal organization. That's facts. Human trafficking, I think your case is really weak on that. Now, was he moving people across the line to engage in prostitution? Yes. I think you would have a stronger case of just charge him with state charges like you do with everybody else. What's special about Diddy to where you're going to make him a RICO like he John Gotti? He a John Gotti of the orgy parties. You know what I'm saying? So that's the question to me. You add to that a racketeering charge and comparing personal orgies. This is what Diddy's doing, personal orgies. So I'm going to compare personal orgies to the actual beating and drugging of women to force them into prostitution. Like I said, like we've seen on Taken with Liam Neeson. I personally think that would be hard for the government to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Again, I don't know what evidence they have, but it's possible Diddy will be this generation's OJ Simpson, just without the murder and the white Bronco and the police chase. Y'all remember OJ? Y'all remember the white Bronco and the police chase? I think Diddy probably, bro, he finna take that. I think he gonna take that up out of jail. I just think that it might just be bad for right now. But I think he's gonna take that up out of jail. Victorious Women says the audacity of these ninjas to use women to this degree. Bro, it's sad. It's not only sad, it's just horrible. It's just completely horrible. Red Hunter says could be a business play. Now business and sex workers would be scrambled, but OnlyFans and Playboy don't have any problems. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. E-Town 100 says it's crazy how people say that's Meek screaming as if they've heard him before. How the F you know that's him? Shaky J says he is guilty in all states, but which state will he be incarcerated? If I'm not mistaken, it'd be New York, but it could be any state. The federal prison system, they got the authority all the way across America, so I couldn't really tell. I mean, it depends on where they want to have him imprisoned at, you know. Because I'm saying if he did his crimes everywhere, then, you know, once he get in the federal system, it's not like you got to confine him to a state, you know. His lawyers probably will work to get him as comfortable as they can, right? Jeffrey says Cat Williams turned down $50 million 4 times to protect that virgin hoe he spoke about, man. That is just too funny, man. So Baller Chanel says Cassie and Diddy were bad for each other. I think so, too. It was toxic. And both needed to be apart. Agreed. He should be in jail for what he hit her in the hallway. Yes. Because went back and was told not to come back to the hotel. Yes. He should go to jail for what he did to her. 1,000%, 10,000%. Put him in jail 4 times. Victorious One says, okay, Jay Williamson Watson says, or Diddy has information on political people that they want. I'm sure he got information on everybody. That man cool. He was cool with everybody. Who didn't know Diddy? Victorious One said consent is how they got Diddy. Because he didn't give him consent. Famous and Simpson says Puffy guidelines are 15 to life. That's that racketeering. The Count Blackula says, who cares, man? We just having a candid conversation, my brother. Victorious One said, Diddy gonna here prison style. Jeffrey says Mike Tyson had to physically move his hand from being too close. Barbara Chanel, adults do sex stuff all the time. Even average Joe folks meet and greet and act in every way possible. Money makes men and women to party no different than average people. I agree with that. You don't charge them with a RICO. G. Scott said being dry is not a crime. That is so true. Cornelius Bracken says, you act like Diddy did all this by himself. He had help like the people who do. I don't know what that means, but I know he's right. Victorious One said Diddy sells own baby oil online to pay his legal fees. That's too funny, my boy. Faison Simpson said if you heard rumors, just imagine what they know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe so. Millen says, Usher, we're going to find out when the trial come out. The stuff will start going out. Faison said Puffy's a drug addict. Yes, he is. Definitely. Has been the whole time. A lot of that stuff was hidden, but yes, he was. AJ Moore said railroading another black man sounds about white. Never mind. Yeah, I think we already read that. That is true, though. But I could say that, like, we saw him, what he did to Cassie, bro. He needs to get in trouble for that. But I'm just saying the charges, a RICO for that, I just think it's just the wrong charges. That's my whole argument. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's the wrong charges. I'm not saying he's not a bad person. That's not my argument. I got a legal argument about the charges he was charged with just being the wrong charges. In my opinion, you could charge him with that. Hey, the government might beat him, but I'm saying you got to dance with him. If I'm going to charge him with something, he going to plead. If I'm going to charge him with something, he going to plead. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be on me. But I'm saying, like, what they charged him with, bro, they might end up wanting him to plead when a set case start playing out. Because in my opinion, his lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Unless the government got, like I said, I'm not privy to no information. They might have information that I don't know anything about. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. So Victorious One says, like, Russell Simmons booked his flight out of here. Diddy missed his chance to flee. Why you say that, my boy? Oh, yeah. I think Diddy was, like, out somewhere else. And then, you know what I'm saying? They brought him back, if I'm not mistaken. Curious, do you have knowledge of various jurisdictions? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. 1,000%. Victorious One says all coercion is asking someone over and over again, talking them into it, convincing them someone after they said no. Diddy lawyer is paid to lie. 1,000%. Paid millions to lie. He paid to get Diddy out of jail for 15 years. Because in the feds, he gonna do the majority of them years. You know what I'm saying? Miss Amy said, you gotta remember the jury, though. You gotta convince that jury. That's how you gotta convince that jury. Miss Amy says, at Jeffrey Lube, got that baby oil. Is always forever gonna be the first thing I think of when I hear any of these Dorn's name. Jeffrey says, Mom, where's that lube? Miss Amy says, so many in power are corrupt. So true, so true. BG Gold says, because he doesn't belong to you, AA. Yoko Bagley says, RICO is going to be for something. Is that Diddy got out of control when he filed that lawsuit against the powers? And now what I said? That B, he an example of getting out of line, period, racketeering alone. Come on. Isn't that what I said? The definition of organized crime. You don't know what organized crime is, man? You know what I'm saying? I would look it up for you guys, but we about at our time. I want to try to get these last couple comments. Then I'm going to get out. So Meredith says, open your eyes. Please don't make excuses for him. Baby, I promise you I'm not. If you was here for the whole stream, I said he is guilty. I just said the wrong charges. That OJ Simpson. They had the right charges on OJ Simpson. But I'm saying Diddy is guilty, bro. It's just they put the wrong charges on him. Steve said Diddy just fine in jail. I know boys in there. Parrish says 98% conviction rate for the feds, bro. 98%. 98%. You sure it's 98? I think it's a little lower. But for that Southern District of New York, it's high like that. You know what I'm saying? But still in all, Victorious One says Parrish, Shurchardin facts. Jason Galloway says, let's get real. He should go to jail, but I ain't from your country. And so Meredith said it goes way deeper than we already know. Steve says most feds cases plea out. Nathan says Diddy ain't ready for prison. And Victorious One says, Ghost, do you think if Diddy beats the case, people will accept it like nothing happened? No, I don't, Victorious One. I think he's going to be scarred and marked for life. Do I think that he could come out, rehabilitate himself? Y'all remember Michael Vick? And they made that big old deal about Michael Vick. And Michael Vick came back and played football in the spotlight for a year. But even though he just fought dogs, it's like it stuck with him. It stuck with him. I think if Diddy gets out, it's gonna stick with him. But I think he might always I'm sorry, because he says you always skip me. I don't see your name, Bob. What's your name? I don't see your name though. I don't see your name on there. You see what I'm saying? But I see your comment. You said you always skip me. I'm sorry. But next to your name, I don't see your name on there. You know what I'm saying? Well, Victorious Angela. Okay, Miss Angela. Thank you guys for coming in the chat, guys. So tomorrow morning, we back to our regularly scheduled program. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get back into politics. Still, man, I don't think we had that bad of a stream, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about content that I don't never talk about. But I have to start doing this more often because after the election is over in November, you know what I'm saying? It's only a certain more amount of time that I'm going to be able to jump on and talk about politics. Does that make sense? So I got to, this is my first time doing any streams, any podcast. I got to learn to engage the audience and keep my audience engaged. You know what I'm saying? I got to work on different stuff, getting off this live stream. Getting off this vertical feed and stuff like that. But that being said, man, Miss Angela, thank you so much for being here, baby. Victorious One, no, great job to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? You now a moderator. You know what I'm saying? Miss Kelly should just pop in. You just help her out. I see you up in here all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely see you, definitely modding. Very good. Nathan Hamlet, you know, tomorrow, though, we might be busy. It might be jumping in the morning. So, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, with those many comments coming at one time, me trying to read them. And then, you know what I'm saying, what we talking about too, fracking. I know they're going to be out on my head tomorrow, them Trump supporters. Nathan Hamilton, I see Steve, Meredith. You guys, if y'all haven't liked the video, man, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell. Show your brother some love. Like I said, we talking about politics tomorrow. We talking drill, baby, drill. We talking fracking, probably about 6 o'clock in the morning. Parrish, I see Yoko. I see Bless Up Kev, of course. Bless Up, that's another moderator coming. Chris, Baller Chanel, Jeffrey, Miss Amy, BG Gold. Let's see. Who else we got in here? L. Chris, Jason Galloway, G. Scott, Bungle, Banger Smoke, Faison Simpson, Cornelius Brackens. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Victorious One. Of course. Jeffrey, E-Town 100, Shaky J. All you people who participated, I appreciate you guys so much. Oh, Victorious One, you're a woman. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. Miss Angela says, I enjoy you call me no name if you don't remember my name. No, I'm not going to call you no name. I'm going to call you Angela. You said you're Angela. I see your picture. Angela, you're the only person that come in the chat who don't have a name right there by your picture. I've seen you in here plenty of times. So I know when I see it. So a lot of times I just trying to read the comment. I apologize about that, Angela. Victorious One, I apologize about that. I thank you guys for y'all's love and support. You guys already know. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys so much for your love, for your support, helping the channel get monetized. I always say monetized. Help the channel get monetized. You know what I'm saying? We got about 400,000 views or so in the last month. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to build the channel. just keep on going. But Victorious One, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, super chat, cash out. You know what I'm saying? We only got 57 people in here, but we'll get to it tomorrow, Victorious One. I thank you, baby, for you minding and agreeing to do it and help out. I really appreciate that, guys. Like, once I get the channel up and running, like all of the moderators, like I have you guys to where when y'all are sitting there mind, you definitely get a percentage of how many views we get. But thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I thank y'all for sticking to the end, being part of the conversation, Legal Wars podcast. I had to do this, guys. I have to, start developing content outside of election content, which is how I build my channel. Because we know the election is going to be over like in November, after a certain time in November. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Remember, tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning. Hope to see you guys with me. Y'all have a great and wonderful night.